So install MGID pixel code on your website. There are at least two approaches. The first one is to use the header and footer code injection or code injector plugin. And for that, you need to go to the plugin repository on WordPress. Right, so we search for header and footer. Search for header and footer. Now, there are two plugins here that stand out for this purpose. You have the WP code, insert headers and footers, plus custom code, snippets, WordPress code manager, and so on. Then you also have the head, footer, and post injections. This is the one I use, and it's been serving me well. Okay, so having installed it, you come to settings. You go to settings, that is website settings now. You go to settings or WordPress settings. Here, you will see the header and footer. Alright, so you tap head and footer. Tap head and footer. Then you come to MGID, and for you to access everything here, you need to come here first, set up your campaign here, set up your budget and limits. These ones are marked red because I just skipped straight to conversion tracking. Then you come down here. Now, because these two have not been set up, we can't publish. All right. So, but for this one, for pixel, for conversion tracking, you pick pixel. All right. You pick pixel. Then you come here. You pick manual. After you've taken manual, all right. After you've picked manual, it tells you to pick your pixel code. So you get your pixel code here. You copy your pixel code. Then you come here. There's an instruction. Sorry, this instruction. It says paste the pixel code at the beginning of body element on every page of your website. At the beginning of body element, that is what we're looking for. So you come here, back to the website. We have the head, page section injection. We have after the body, not the beginning of the body. So, or before the body. Then we have before the body. Our closing tag. This is footer and desktop. So you come here, you install your code. For mobile also, let's just assume that it might not show on mobile. Install that. Alright, so when you are done with this, you click save. Alright, you click save. So you're done with this method. Another method is you using you use a WordPress. If you're your page builder, you use your page builder. So for page builder, let's look at the settings of this page. First of all, for me, I always love using full width. Let me see. I always love using full width, so you can customize the page as much as you want. All right, missed this one by a notch. Okay, missed it by a notch. So let's go back. So let's use Elementor Canvas instead. Wow. All right, yeah. So Elementor Canvas it is, not full width. Okay, so when we have done this, you come to either here, better here. Okay, so for element rather. So for element now, we're installing an element. Okay, so we'll come to element, we pick HTML. All right, pick HTML. Usually the HTML code should be somewhere at the bottom of your page. Okay, so let's alright, so let's just assume that this is the bottom of your page. Okay, just so we have something there. So let's go back and add the element. So HTML. So you drag this widget here. Drag this widget here. Alright. Now please note, this is supposed to be at the bottom of your page. That is the footer of your page, not at the top. But even if you put it at the page, it's still okay, alright? It's still okay. The important thing is that it's going to load whenever the page loads. And remember, you're going to put it on your thank you page. I'll be explaining that in the next, after this part. I'll be explaining that in the next part of the video. So in this, here you now install your code. All right, install your code. Then of course, always remember to save your work. So now when you save, the pixel automatically becomes active, okay, and it will not show, it will not be visible to your user, that is to your website visitor. It will remain invisible. Okay, so now that we have established this, you can install this before you start your work or after you started your work, but I prefer you do that after you started your work so you know exactly where you're placing it, whether at the bottom or at the top, but preferably at the bottom. All right, preferably at the bottom. Now, the other part of the installation process I was talking about is the goal. You can create up to 3 conversion goals. Okay, so for this particular demonstration here, now when they say 3 conversion goals, this one here is a conversion. Here you have already have two goals. All right, I already have 2 conversion goals. I already have 2 conversion goals, but then that's for the campaign. All right, for the campaign you can create up to 3 conversion goals, sorry. So here I have added a conversion name. Then for this, I'm using the URL condition or goal type, all right, instead of event. So this, you set this one up. You imagine I am assuming here that my sign up, my thank you page, my thank you page where I want the event to be tracked is this. So as you click, you land on any page with this sign up confirmed. It fires lead form submission. It fires for lead form submission. Then you add your conversion value. Then you set up your conversion counting. You set up the number of days you don't want whoever has taken action on your website, maybe fill the form or whatever, to see the ad. This way you also reduce ad redundancy. Okay, and when you have done that, you publish. So long as your code is properly installed, whenever there is an event, whenever the person lands on the page you want them to land on, you get an event registered. Alright, the pixel fires. So if I am to set up my MJID pixel for this particular purpose now, what I will do, instead of using the head and footer post-injection plugin, I will use this. So that way, people landing on my first page will not be fired. Alright, they will not receive. It will not fire anything. The pixel will not fire on the landing page until the person has landed on the thank you page. That is when MJID pixel will pick up a signal that something has happened on my website. Okay. Now there is also the option of event. So let's take a look at that. I've not used that before, but let's take a look at it. So it won't be a bad idea. So now you have entered the name for your event. So you enter the name for your event. You enter the name for your event. Already we have a conversion name, right? So you enter the name for your event. Then you pick your conversion category just the same way it was there. Okay. Then enter the value, do your count, whether unique, whether you want the someone who has previously submitted their forms. You can do this up to 30 days or more. Alright, so you don't get to see your ad again, but you can just leave it there for them to see as a reminder. After 7 days, they get to see the ad again in case they have forgotten about it and all that. So I believe with this little demonstration, it is clear on how to install your MJID pixel on your website. So just for a quick revision, you're selecting this, then you pick manual. Google Tag Manager will consume a lot of time, so we're not using that option to take much time to set up compared to the manual. However, when it is properly set up, when Google Tag Manager is properly set up, you won't have a need to set it up next time. Alright, but the fastest way to install the MJID conversion tracking pixel is manually. So you come here, you copy the code, alright, then go to your website, place it either on you place it either via the header and footer post injection plugin, or the one you choose. And the instruction is that you place it at the beginning of the body element. So you do that. Then for this, you come here. After you've done that, you now set up your goal. And then you publish. All right. You don't set up your goal and save separately. You set up your goal and then publish. Okay. And the goal can be used over and over again. That's why you can just sign up. All right. And you set up if you're using events, okay. If you're using events, you don't have to stress yourself about the URL. So whenever the conversion category happens, you know what to do. But for this, personally, I prefer using the URL. It's more specific. not generic like the event. So this one is more specific, not generic. So that's why I prefer using the URL go type. All right. Thank you.